Già fatto? Sì. Lipids are all compounds insoluble in water and soluble in apolar organic solvents, example chloroform and acetone. They have three main functions: energy store, structural, they form the cellular wall, functional, hormones and vitamins. The basic unit of lipids is a triglyceride, synthesized from glycerol, propane 1,2,3-triol, a trihydric alcohol and fatty acids. There are two types of classifications of lipids. Firstly, saponifiable acids. They are all fatty acids, glycerides, waxes and phospholipids. Non-saponifiable acids, terpenes, steroids and vitamins. And secondly, saturated fats. They don't contain double bonds and are solid at room temperature. Animal fat, butter, and are example of saturated fats. Unsaturated fats. These fats can have one or more double bonds and are liquid at room temperature. When there is one double bond, it is a monounsaturated fat, such as olive oil. When there is more than one double bond, they are called polyunsaturated fatty acids, such as vegetable oils and nut oils. Fatty acids are linear-chained monocarboxylic acids that contain an even number of carbon atoms, typically 4 to 30 atoms. Fatty acids can be saturated, the chain is made up of single bonds, or unsaturated, containing one or more double bonds. Unsaturated fatty acids have lower melting points than the saturated fatty acids. This is because the linear geometry for saturated fatty acids allows for molecules to be rather closely stacked together, so the close intermolecular interactions result in relatively high melting points. Triglycerides are esters of fatty acids and glycerol, a trifunctional alcohol formed by total esterification. They are named according to the fatty acid components. Esterification. Triglycerides are formed with a total esterification process. Glycerine, a trihydric alcohol, is added to a trifunctional acid, which results in the formation of a triglyceride and 3 molecules of water. By conducting a partial esterification, monoglycerides and diglycerides are formed. Saponification, also called alkaline hydrolysis, is a process by which triglycerides react with sodium or potassium hydroxide to produce glycerol and a fatty acid salt called soap. The triglycerides are most often animal fats or vegetable oils. Phospholipids are made up of 2 fatty acids, long chains of hydrogen and carbon molecules, which are attached to a glycerol head. Phospholipids consist of a hydrophilic head, which is bonded with a phosphate group, glycerol, and 2 hydrophobic tails, fatty acids. Normally, one is saturated and one unsaturated. A wax is a simple lipid, which is an ester of a long-chain alcohol and a fatty acid. In nature, wax has a protective role because of its water-resistant properties. Steroids consist of 4 fused rings. Each member of the steroid family has a structure that differs from the degrees of unsaturation within the ring and the substitutes attached to the rings. For these reasons, based on the structure, we have different steroids with different functions. Steroids include cholesterol, steroid hormones, and bile salts.